Adventure riding, hey, you know, it's interesting. Like, I like road riding when we're out there banging bars and really smashing it, but this is interesting. Yeah, it changes it up. Different pace. He can talk. Woo, guys, you know I'm doing a long-term review on the Trek Checkpoint SL6 Gen 3. This is I just finished a 50-mile mixed surface ride that really pushed the limits of speed today. And I'd like to talk about how this bike performed, like literally just as I'm taking off my helmet. I'm a little bit sweaty and dirty. But look at the type of gravel roads. And of course, I did put the GoPro on my bike today. So these roads are super fast. And it rained about a week ago. So I'd like to talk about how this bike handles at high speed. Not just the handling, but a lot of people question the ISO speed dampening of it. And sometimes I think you got to get at some higher speeds to really feel how good and efficient that is. And today we were doing that. As these roads are fast, it's also a mix of clay and sand and gravel. And when you start hitting these high frequency chatter bumps at 20+ miles an hour, I'm just coming off a major neck trauma. This is the first time I've ridden my gravel bike hard, and I was worried about how that was going to feel on my neck. I mean, my neck wakes me up at night, and it's from being out here on the mountain bike trail hitting another rider at 24 miles an hour and broke my RSL handlebars. Some of you guys might have watched that video, but believe me, there's some long-term effects to that. And those fast chatter bumps today were definitely getting soaked up by that ISO speed dampener. And then sometimes you hit the bigger dips and you can feel it. You can feel it moving. I was actually putting my finger here at times when I was riding, just so I could feel the movement of the top tube and where the seat stays mix up with the seat tubes. And as I put my finger there, I can really feel the movement. And it might just be, you know, a millimeter or 2 millimeters, but believe me, at 54 years old, it definitely helped dampen that. So, of course, the geometry of this bike's fast. So I was looking at like the way the chain stays are made. They're just, and the bottom bracket, you know, it's got T47 bottom bracket, and it's very stiff. But yet with the bigger tube here, I think and the bigger forks, you know, so these forks are beefy, but what it does, it soaks up those vibrations, you know, it soaks up those frequencies and mutes them. You know, I was thinking with my neck, I might want to try a redshift stem on the front. I've used it on several of my other bikes, but this bike has enough compliance that it actually feels good, but it's fast. I've actually got to go pick up my buddy on the road. He just called me and said that he wants me to come pick him up, and I don't blame him. He was just coming off some, you know, chest cold and stuff, and we were pushing it pretty hard out there today. But this bike is very comfortable. I am running the stock handlebars on it. I'm a kind of a slim guy. Sometimes when I'm on the mixed surface and I'm on the road parts of it, I feel like I want to get a little bit more aerodynamic, but I've got to remember, you know, I'm on a gravel bike. I really like how wide these bars flare out when I need control. So I don't want to compare my new Madone Gen 8, the aerodynamics of that bike, to the aerodynamics of this bike. You know, this bike's going to be a little bit slower in those situations, but there's situations where I don't want to ride a road bike. I definitely want a gravel bike. So today, you know, you could ride, well, I don't know, I wouldn't want to ride a road bike on these roads out here today. To me, having a gravel bike and an adventure bike is perfect for these mixed surface situations, and we have some of the best mixed surface situations right here outside of Biloxi, Mississippi. If people knew about this would be a cycling destination. And if anybody's curious and they're not having good weather where they live and they want to hop in their cars and come down for the weekend, arrange it with me. I'll give you a tour. I'm trying to find some extra revenue for the bike shops, the stuff I used to do for free. I'm gonna have to charge a little bit, but believe me, I could set a package up that would be very economical. I could give you mixed surface riding, I can give you mountain bike riding, trail riding, cross country. I can go fast, I could go slow, I could be adventurous, I could just put the hammer down and I mean, there's so many ways we could spin that depending on what you wanted. We could do an economical stay, or I could go as high end as you want. I know all the restaurants and hotels, and you know, we can make this any way you want, but really this video is not about what I could offer here in South Mississippi. It's about the Trek Checkpoint SL6, and it doesn't have to be the actual 6, but even the SL model, they all have the same carbon frame. Now the SLR, the race version of this, the Checkmate, is a little bit faster than this bike, but less compliant and less versatile as far as if I want to, you know, put racks and bags and stuff on this bike, I can. The only thing that I've changed on this bike is I put a set of the Lund Grapede wheels on it, and I just did that because I'll probably sell this bike in a year and I want to sell it with brand new takeoff rims. So I didn't put these rims on. They're actually, I don't recommend these wheels. You know, it's just a wheel I got in a trade for some Rovals. But I really like the Girona tires. Like, those are my favorite gravel tires. And I've tried a lot of different gravel tires, but for the these RSL Girona tires are awesome. Anyway, this bike rocks. It's the nicest riding gravel bike I've had for overall use, speed, comfort, utilitarian. I mean, I put the hammer down on this bike. Over 20 mile an hour. I don't know what my average speed was for 50 miles, not 20, but you know, I was going over 20 miles an hour a lot of this ride on these gravel roads. And that's when you can really feel the, well, one, the fastness of this bike, but two, the compliance of this bike. And I'm a 55-year-old guy with a neck trauma. Probably shouldn't even be riding a gravel bike, but after working in the bike shop all week, and I do own a little bike shop called Biloxi Bicycle Works. I don't have my kit on right now, but I'm also a bicycle rider YouTube and Bart Luther, you know, so this is all real stuff, real ride review. Full disclosure, you know, Trek did help me out with this bike with a EP discount, and even a little bit further because it was a scratch and dent, but they know I'm not making much money owning a bike shop right now. And I really wanted to put this bike through the test, so I don't know, it's a fantastic bike, and I highly recommend it if you're, you know, want a little bit of comfort but you also want speed and utilitarian. You know, this bike kind of does it all. Bart from Bicycle Ride YouTube. And I got to make this kind of short because I got to go pick up Matthew on the side of the road somewhere. So you guys hang with me, like and subscribe, please. Lets YouTube know that you guys are watching and helps me justify my time out here. But come out and ride the DeSoto National Forest with us. Come to Biloxi and visit me at the bike shop. Biloxi Bicycle Works, right on the Howard Avenue. I tell you what, these little rollers we have, these little short uphills, downhills, they're so much fun. Like right now I'm going 26 miles an hour, and it's very manageable. Not full of rocks and treacherous situations. It's just fun. And when we climb up out of here, it's not like it's a half an hour climb. You know, the climb is manageable too. So think about coming out here and joining us on some of these mixed surface rides, especially if you're from one of these areas that, you know, maybe you don't want to climb for a half an hour, 45 minutes. This is going to be a 2-minute climb. Definitely enough to get your heart rate up, but doesn't annihilate you. So this is beautiful out here, and virtually no cars. And you know, another thing I like about it out here is we've got a lot of shade. Yep. You know, you go to some places and there's no shade. There's pretty much shade on all these roads, and
right in the forest when it's hot.
Yep. I don't know, there's a lot of advantage to gravel if you ask me. I guess that's why it's taking over. Even like a lot of cyclists that maybe thought we're going to ride too fast today if they were just to try it. Now on the road it's easy to get dropped, but on the gravel we play a little bit more friendly, unless it's race pace. Puncture, they've got a car dropping them off another bike. Right. Yeah, exactly. And on a road bike, not so much. Yeah, me too. I'm really, you know, I'm pushing gravel bikes to people that, you know, think they want a road bike, but yet they don't want to go ride in a pace line with the group. I've said, you know, if that's what you want, you know, a road bike, and I said I like that stuff because I do it too, but if you just want a bike to ride around in multiple situations, the gravel bike's really your best value. Uh-huh. And really, for
on the road, I feel mostly safe, but he doesn't like to build a lot of shoulders.
right, yeah, yeah. All right, well, these gravel roads are amazing today. So far, we haven't been passed by a car. And if you know where to go here in coastal Mississippi, South Mississippi, it's so awesome. You don't have to worry about, you know, major climbs and major descents, just nice rolling stuff. And you can see I'm in the shade. It's 80 degrees and it feels amazing out here. So this is good stuff. What a nice gravel road, huh? I said, what a nice gravel road. Man, we've got it good out here. And compared to Bethel, it's a lot smoother. You know, we'll take it all.
Bethel needs to get rated.
Yeah. But this is good, man. If people knew we had this out here, these roads would be full. Actually, this route here was posted in Bicycle Magazine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was actually I was in Park City, and Bicycle Magazine called me, say you'd heard about some gravel routes down here. So I let them know this one. But it was kind of funny. We call it the world famous LaRue gravel route now. World famous. But, you know, it's kind of funny. They're like, well, where's the nearest cafe? I'm like, once you're out here, there's a Dollar General like 4 miles down the road, but it's not on the route. But that's what makes it beautiful too. It's like there's nothing out here. You got to be prepared. But yet we're, you know, 20 minutes from town. Yeah. It's nice to get away from it all without having to deal with major traffic to get out to the woods. You can't even find this road on Garmin. It won't let you route it.
It's got a lot of great gravel roads.
Yeah. Like this one is not, it's not on the map, it's not on Garmin. And if you try to route through it, it won't let you route. You got to put it on manual mode and then drop the little dots everywhere.